Steina's exhibition Playback is a focused retrospective. So it's looking at works that span the decades 1970, 80, and 90s. In the very early days of video, a number of artists took a lot of different directions when using video as a medium. But Steina was part of a group with her partner, Woody Vasuka, who was really fascinated with the medium's signal. One thing that's unique about Steina is she trained as a classical musician. So before she took up video, she was performing professionally as a violinist. She trained in Reykjavik in the conservatory in Prague, and then moved to New York City in 1965. It was 1970 when she first took up video using a Sony Portapack. What interests me in her early video work especially is how she began to treat the Portapack as a kind of instrument. And a lot of the ways that she was thinking about music began to translate into her video work.
For image makers, they dealt with stills from time immemorial. I was never interested in stills, and I always needed to have emotion. I realized that that was for music, because if the music isn't played or isn't happening, isn't being performed, there is no music. And for me, that was video. So I immediately was thinking about temporality and space. That was another thing that was missing in video in the beginning, that film seemed to always have. And that was actors. We had no actors. So when we found out a new way of making images, especially me, had to do it in my own body and with my body. So I became a performer just because somebody had to create the movement in the picture. So that is how violin power started. I wanted to see what I looked like when I played the violin.
The Vasuka effect is a form of horizontal drift that you see first in the work Matrix 1. It's something that originated from a faulty cable, but then it became something that they really sought out and worked with one of their engineer friends to develop a specific tool that would enable that.
What was not known to us from the beginning was that this magic medium had a signal just like film and traveled through cables, and we could adjust them or maladjust them, and that's what we actually did. I came home with a cable that I borrowed from a friend, and it was faulty, and you stuck it into the input and it started drifting right away. And not only drift this way, but the whole frame had fallen down. It was just the same principle that if you took two similar frames right next to each other and flipped them between them, they automatically made it for our little brain to be a movement.
I think it's important that the machine vision series is represented in this show, because Steina's interest in giving us perspectives or multiplicity of perspectives that really defy what the human is capable of seeing.
I was also always interested in special things. What happens if I take a ocean footage and put it over this southwest desert? This is what happens. And then you're taken with it and finally you say, I must record this. This is too gorgeous.
One of the reasons I was interested in the title Playback is because of an important feature of video as it emerged as this new medium was that you could have immediate playback. You could see what you were shooting at the very same time and feed it onto a monitor. But I was also thinking about play in terms of Steina's history as a musician and her sense of play that really comes through in the works.
That was the first thing that really changed everything from how film was made to how video was made. That if you just pointed the monitor, pointed the camera at the monitor, the two of them made a signal, and the signal was called feedback. because you fed it there and then it fed back to you. This phenomena happened on its own because it never repeated the same, and it was always beautiful. And we didn't even know we had a special camera that could flip also left, right, and up, down. And we had to discover that we had best feedback in town.